Hi friends, this is Cheryl at Determined to Thrive. If you're a returning subscriber to my channel, thank you for coming back. But if you're new, please don't forget to hit the subscribe button so that you'll be notified when new videos come up. Today in this video, we're going to talk about our debt-free journey. Over the past 17 years of our marriage, we have probably tried thousands of times to get on some type of budget and get out of debt. And we have failed or fallen off the wagon or just gotten tired of it and given up. And probably over all of those years, every single time that we did it, we never had anybody that we were held accountable to. We were never doing it with somebody. We were just kind of trying to figure it out on our own. So this time we were able to get together with some really good friends of ours that have been working the Dave Ramsey plan, the 7 baby steps, for a couple years now, and they are actually on baby step number 3, I believe, and working really well. So he is actually a financial guy and love numbers and investments and all that kind of stuff and understands everything. And so he has helped some of our other friends, and they started a couple months ago and are loving just the feeling of being secure in the fact that they can do something they thought they couldn't do, especially with very little. And so this month, just probably last week, we got together with them and were able to review everything that we needed to start the journey. Now, we are in a situation where I do not work. I stay home and I raise the kids and homeschool. And my husband is a pastor at a local church. So he is on staff and fully salaried. And so he earns a salary in addition to other benefits for his position. So we are very fortunate that he has those things, especially as a pastor. And we know and we are very blessed that he has those things, because we know that there are other families that don't have the benefits that we do. So we were able to sit down with them, our friends, and talk through how we were going to get debt free, how we were going to get on a budget, and how we were going to stick with it this time. So the plan ended up being that we are going to use Dave Ramsey's EveryDollar app. It is a free app that you can download on your iPhone or Android, and we both have it on both of our phones. I have an iPhone and my husband has an Android, and we downloaded the app and signed in as the same person under the same sign-in. And so he is able to see anything that I do on the budget, and I'm able to see anything he does on the budget. So we agreed, and my husband felt more comfortable that I would be the one that would actually input everything based on the things that came through from the credit card, or not the credit card, but the debit card. So I would go through on the bank website and pull all the transactions and enter them into our budget. And I do that every day because he didn't want to be doing things and then maybe mess it up. It's just something that he decided that he wanted to do. But he is able to go in there if he's at the grocery store or anywhere else and wants to spend money. He can go in there and look to see how much is left that's budgeted for that particular area, which is very helpful because we usually just spend and don't worry about it and don't think about it, and then at the end of the month we have no money left. And so being able to track it this way is going to really help, and it's already helping. So what we did was we just went in and did a really generic budget for this first month to kind of see how we were spending our money. I went in and took all the bills that we have for the month, the mortgage, the electricity, the cell phone bill, all those things that I had an actual bill amount for, and I plugged that in as my budget. So if my electricity was $200, I put in $200. The other things that are a little bit more shaky or a little bit more unconcrete are the grocery and the eating out and clothing expense and all those extra things that we do. We were starting to see, once we put in all of the bills and deducted that from his income that he brings in, we were like, oh my goodness, there's not much left over. And then trying to figure out where we needed to cut and really, really skim back. we understand and we have understood for years that we overdo it on food. We eat out a lot, we buy a lot in groceries. I have made a lot of changes, and I'll probably do some videos on that, about how we've saved money in our grocery bills. But even then, we're 6 people, and we are not young. I don't have toddlers and babies anymore. My youngest is 8, so we eat, and we all eat as like adults eat. So we have a lot of groceries that come in. Right, I think what we figured out was that we were spending $1,200, $1,300 on our grocery bill, plus an additional $500 to $600 eating out every month. Wow, I think that's really over the top, and we are going to really cut back on the eating out. But we also love to give, and we have a really good habit of taking people out to dinner. So we just got to kind of put a budget on. We want to be able to still do that, except we have to put a budget on and say, hey, listen, only once a month we're going to take somebody out, and this is the budget for that. So doing those things and giving and being a blessing to other people are not bad things, but we have to say, hey, listen, we have a budget in mind to be able to do those things. So we have an extra, besides our tithes that we pay to our local church, we have also organizations that we give to, and we also have a budget for just giving and blessing other people. So there's nothing wrong with doing that. The point is that we needed a budget to say, hey, listen, we have this amount budgeted for this month, and we can't give anymore. It kind of sounds weird, but we have goals, and we want to be able to stick to our goals and get to a point where we have an emergency fund for when things happen. We own, so things can happen, where we're responsible for taking care of the AC or appliances or water and all that kind of stuff happening. And then we also want to be able to get rid of whatever debt we do have. We don't have very much besides our mortgage and student loans. But we would like to be able to say, hey, we don't owe anybody anything. So we are working towards all that. My goal as part of this channel is to be able to update you on how it's going, and the highs and the lows, and the things that have worked for us and the things that have not worked for us. And I probably won't give you specific numbers on everything, but I will give you some numbers on some things that we feel comfortable doing. So stay tuned to my channel, and don't forget, subscribe, and so that you can be updated for the next videos that come up. And if you've missed any of my other videos, make sure that you stop over to my channel and watch the other videos. We'll see you next time.